Hello, everybody, and welcome to another. Well, it's not a Thursday night. It's not a mod fight night. It is the finals of the league, the August League, and
Oh,
I am Dr. Leo. My co-commentator tonight is Ivan. How you doing, buddy?
hey man, I'm doing really well. Yeah, we have two rounds of our
I
semifinals, and then we have our finals tonight. And so we have some wild matches coming up.
Yeah, and so tonight we have Malfi, who actually just had his deck featured on a Pleasant Kenobi CFB video. No,
Oh yeah,
which was pretty wild to see. And this is 12 post Super Friends, so it's Colorless Super Friends using the Ugin, the Ineffable, and Ugin the 6 mana Ugin. Ugin the Ineffable and Ugin the Spirit Dragon to just like
yes,
finish out games, as well as like the Karn package that you see in most 12 post lists. And then
right.
Slayer. Oh, go ahead, buddy.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say yeah. To add to the Karn package, you're gonna see the typical Microsynth Lattice lock coming out of the deck.
Yes, the card that was so powerful, the combo that was so powerful was banned in Modern, but still finds a home in Legacy. And
Absolutely.
Slayer is on pretty much like the stock Black Red Reanimator list that is pretty stock nowadays. So
Oh
just
yeah,
trying
playing the
to
Children of Corliss and the Shallow Grave sort of tendrils Plan B combo. Really insane
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and I actually really love this because I've always loved Tin Fins as like that really bad deck that still just wins. And now basically Reanimator is just like slotting in the Tin Fins package. So it's really good to see that this has become like the standard list.
Absolutely. It's it reminds me of like what you had said in like your most recent articles that what we need to be doing. One of the things we should be doing here on the Discord for our meta is playing really fast combo.
Yeah, right now there is so combo in our meta is very weirdly positioned. Like Force of Will combo is not the best as we don't
Sure.
have many sneak and show players, what's it called? Blue green Omnitel players, but we do have a lot of like a couple of storm players stuff like that, but those can be interrupted and the most common mid-range, well not mid-range, the most common deck right now in the meta is goblins and things like a Grizzlebrand on turn one, Goblins really doesn't have a lot of answers for that.
No,
So,
it's just going to annihilate them.
oh
Absolutely.
yeah,
As it
oh
will
yeah,
most things, sure.
oh yeah, and with the four color snow piles being like very prevalent on the Discord as well, this backup go for it instant win tin fins and uh, ant style tendrils combo is really good backup just to go as fast as possible when you know there's gonna be an Oko looming to turn your Grizzlebrand into an elk.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it looks like we're about to get into it. It looks like Slayer is on the play here. So,
Yeah,
well,
did
we
both.
may see that turn one Grizzlebrand.
Yeah, and so Malfi is pretty much on the, hope to slam a Chalice on one and ride that to victory because a Chalice on one still really does affect the reanimation plan and that's happening. I mean, outside of the shallow grave, and it looks like three exhumes. How many? Don't know. Yeah, I don't see any anime deads here. I know
There
four
should
anime
be, yes.
deads. There's four anime deads. So there are some two mana ways to get out there, but it really does cut down the engine of the deck, being the Faithless Looting, Exhume, Dark Ritual, Reanimate package.
Absolutely. And also Malfi's going to want either to get a very quick Chalice and or a very quick Sphere of Resistance, which is being played as a 4 of in the main board as well.
Yeah, I forgot that Spear Resistance was also in this deck. It just
Yeah,
a bunch of
absolutely
different
insane.
ways. Yeah, Malfi was actually in my pool for my league matches, and I'm so sorry to everybody for not being able to get into a lot of the league matches. Work got insanely busy lately, and it's one of those things. Real life just gets in the way of having fun and playing Magic. But Malfi crushed me. Hey, but to be fair, so so it wasn't really much. Oh, and we get it started.
And there
So
is a
Slayer is
Chancellor
revealing the
of the
Chancellor, which
Annex.
will throw off. Yep, this will throw off any sort of turn one chalice or anything like that, unless he has something free to throw in. And looks
Yes.
like Slayer is just on a basic swamp and a pass.
All right. Oh
I
yeah,
bet you
Slayer
doesn't.
also knows what he's up against, correct?
Yeah, I do believe this is open deck list for the finals. So
So yeah, probably just playing it safe.
yeah, most likely just trying to play it safe, or there's an entomb on the. Oh, and it looks like Malfi's throwing away a chalice, and we see a City of Traders into a Sorcerer's Spyglass.
All right. And so what are we naming here with
Grizzlebrand.
Spyglass?
Grizzlebrand,
Yeah,
of
I would
course.
assume so.
Yeah, definitely going to be Grizzlebrand because with shutting off Grizzlebrand's ability just basically kills the 10 fins combo. And it does look to be no, this is like a turn 2 hand.
All right, let's see it.
So we see Animate Dead, Exhume, Chancellor. It looks like Slayer is just missing a way of throwing the Chancellor into the graveyard.
Oh, there we go. We have
Like,
two-form authentication here of the Sorcerer Spyglass naming Gristlebrand. Very good.
yeah, that's really good to see. And we have an amazing table spotter tonight. I thank you, Astrid, for being our table spotter.
Yeah, shout outs to Astrid.
Yep. And looks like is he yeah, that's a reanimate, yep. And it looks like so Slayer targeted himself off of the what's it called? Unmask, being able to rip it from his hand, then reanimated it, and now Malfi now has to pay an extra 1 mana for every one of his spells. Otherwise, it is going to be countered. Now that is not a huge problem for Malfi because Malfi does generate a lot of mana, but can throw off things like Chalice to the Void and such like that.
Well, and you also just have to realize that now Malfi just has to contend with a 5/6 flyer. I mean, which isn't easy to deal with at all anyway, right?
Yeah, and what is that? That looks like a
Let's see. I'm seeing
ensnaring
Ensnaring
bridge.
Bridge.
Oh, it's an
Yeah.
ensnaring bridge. Oh, it's a foil ensnaring bridge. Wow.
Beautiful.
And looks like the Chancellor is
Oh, that was
so
actually thrown to the
so the
wayside, I
ensnaring
suppose. Yeah.
so the ensnaring bridge was countered by the Chancellor trigger because Malfi forgot that you had to pay an extra 1 for it. So it was countered, so the Chancellor is able to get in. So I was about to say, hey, this is going to be really hard for Slayer to remove game 1, but since he forgot the Chancellor trigger and it was countered.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Not Malfi. Slayer is pretty much in the clear.
Yeah. I should say unfortunate for Malfi. Yeah, that Chancellor may just end up going all the way. We'll have to see.
And it looks like, yeah, it is throwing off.
No.
Yeah, so okay, so it looks like there was a Chancellor trigger on the Chalice, but was able to be played as well. Hell, and it looks like Slayer. Okay, we are seeing a Sufa copying. And that's a Golos Chancellor trigger. So Golos can get, let's see. Hey, are there any good utility lands? Maybe Caracas?
Absolutely. But Caracas is not going to work so well against the Chancellor, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah,
But,
Caracas
yeah.
only affects Chancellor is not legendary. So
Right. So it looks like Malfi is actually
yes.
going to get Cascading Cataracts.
Yeah, which is not a bad card when you generate a lot of mana. It looks like Malfi's going to have 3, 6, 9 mana already. Yeah, it really looks like Slayer really needs to get in for some damage here.
All right.
Okay, so
But with
because
Chancellor not being the fastest clock in the world, I mean, they're not too far off in life totals here.
yeah, Chancellor is a 5/6, so it is a 2-turn clock technically.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So we will just have
giving
to see how that goes.
Yeah, but giving 12 posts 2 turns is 2 top decks, and they do top deck very well.
Yeah, could be an Ugin, anything like that. Well,
Oh,
let's see.
there's Caracas.
Puppy
Okay,
says, "Yeah, you can do that all day, but you're not getting my lands, homie."
yeah, and 12 post just doesn't care. So it looks like Malfi's down to 5. So Malfi needs to hit something off of this Golos trigger.
Yeah, Silverflame in chat says that Golos is going to turn the game around. Hey, that's very, very possible, right?
Yeah. Oh, and that looks like that's a Glimmer post. That just gained him a casual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 life.
Yeah. So now now it is a 3-turn clock, no longer a 2
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, and it looks like Golos is being activated here, and and we see a Karn.
And
And
reminding of the tax there, it has been paid.
yeah, well, he has more than enough mana now. So Malfi can play the what's it called? Oh, the Stonequill Serpent for 0, just have it die. I don't know why, but and that looks like an ensnaring bridge from the sideboard.
Oh wow.
And yep, that is resolved. Oh, Malfi had more than enough mana to pay for the tax. And yeah, I don't know how Slayer is going to get away from this in game 1 because I don't think there's an answer to bridge in the main deck.
Well,
Yeah,
remember, there's the Tendrils of Agony, Children of Colorless loop that may end up actually doing the trick. That gets around
that
bridge, correct?
that won't work
But
because Grizzlebrand and it was Sorcerer's Bypass.
correct.
Yeah, and yeah, Malfi stealing game 1 for Reanimator. That's actually really impressive because Reanimator is one of the best turn 1 decks or game 1 decks. All right, Ivan, I'm going to hit you with the sideboards and we're going to start with Slayer. Tell me what you like here. We have 1 Coffin Purge, 2 Pyroblast, 2 Xanthrid Swarm, 1 Abrade, 1 Disenchant, 1 Serenity, 1 Shenanigans, 1 Magus of the Moon, 1 Wear and Tear, 1 Reverent Silent, 1 Elish Norn, 1 Ashen Rider, and 1 Iona Shield of Emeria. What do you like?
Okay, so obviously, I think that the artifact hate could potentially be really, really good here, right? So
Yeah,
the only
I
problem I
agree.
have is what do you cut, right? Like, I really like the idea of bringing in the Ashen Rider as a target to get around things like bridge and that sort of pesky shenanigans. But then you also have things like Serenity, which can just be an absolute blowout if Malfi just tries to, put a bunch of stuff out, right? All of a sudden, boom, your board's gone.
I
Um,
really think, honestly, Chancellor of the Annex is not a good card in this matchup. This is not a
that
Force of
would
Will deck.
that was my first thought, is at least trimming on that, right? To bring in a
Yeah, I
couple
would.
cards.
So, I mean, Reanimator. So when I first was playing Reanimator, this is the Deathrite Shaman days. I would on the non-Force of Will matches when I didn't have to worry about Force of Will. I would trim 3 Chancellor because having that 1 extra reanimation target is still what I really liked having. So I think you could actually trim some of the Chancellors and honestly get a decent get a decent artifact hate package in there. If there's anyone in chat that knows more about Reanimator, please chime in. Let us know what would you bring in. Check out the cardboard live links.
Yeah,
Um,
see, if anything, I would have thought, well, just trim that the strange Children of Corlos package because I have no experience with that, but that would just be me, right? But it's obviously too
Oh
powerful to
no.
cut.
No, I think you actually
Right.
really need to get pretty fast in there and get in with the tendrils. So
So
because
then,
as we saw here, this deck goes way bigger than you. 12 post is one
yeah,
of those decks that will top deck their way out of the scenario. I think you need to kill them fast.
right. So real quick, then, what do you think that Malfi should be bringing in and taking out? Right.
All right. So here we go. So remember, this is also a partially a Karn wish board.
Yes.
So some things will come in, some things will come out. We'll stay in the board. So we got a Batter Skull, an Ensnaring Bridge, 2 Fairy Macabres, 1 Liquid Metal Coating, 1 Mycosynth Lattice, 1 Oblivion Stone, 2 Spatial Contortions, 1 Spine of Isha, 2 Torpor Orbs, 1 Trinisphere, 1 Walking Ballista, and 1 Warping Whale. So what do you like here?
I personally I like the warping well just to be able to counter some spells. I also
Mhm.
like the fairy macabres. I'd really obviously bring those in. The one thing I find strange that I'd want to ask Malfi about after this is why there isn't a single piece of artifact graveyard hate in the sideboard for matches like this. Um, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I've never really seen anyone not play that because that would be something I would think would be left in the board, but still be
Something like
there.
a Tormod's Crypt or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, having those 2 fairy macabres is obviously going to be good against the graveyard deck.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I kind of like the warping whale just to counter stuff like reanimate.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. The Warping Whale is pretty spicy. I don't think anybody would expect that to be coming in, but I really don't think that he's gonna have the time to, because you have to remember 12 posts usually doesn't really have 2 mana untap on turn 2, because they really want to slam that Cloud Post turn 1 tap.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I mean, Malfi is a little bit different with this deck. He does have a lot more prison pieces, so I really do think that it's why he's going to lean more towards like Ancient Tomb or City of Traders start. But it's still one of those things. I think it's a little bit too slow. I think because of the fact that you do top deck harder than Reanimate, you don't really care about their discard spells. I think Fairy Macabre is where you're really going to want to be for Graveyard Hate. And also, I don't hate bringing in what's it called something like the Spine of Isha. I know that that's usually or what's called or Trinisphere. Like slowing down Reanimator and giving you that time is what you really need in the matchup.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
we are getting ready for this game 2 here.
Yeah. Uh, Perez, thank you for hanging out with us. Chat, thanks for hanging out, supporting
Mm-hmm.
the stream. We always really appreciate it. And
Always.
oh, hey, Brian, thank you for following. Really appreciate it, man.
Hey, welcome out, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for
Yeah,
showing your
thank
support here.
yeah. All right,
You
and we
guys keep
do have
showing up, and we'll keep doing this.
yeah, we love doing this. This is the most fun. And we do have a chance of reveal. So depending on how much he left in, that could be just like a one of in the deck. All right, so we do see a fetch with the Pluto Delta. Danny boy, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate
Oh
it.
my goodness. I
Thank you, chat. And all right, we see Badlands. Are we gonna see any sort of like Faithful Student on turn 1?
well, let's see. Possibly an Entombment of Turn is usually a popular line.
Yeah, I was really expecting an Entomb at the end of last turn. Oh, we see Lotus Petal. Okay. Hot Seas. Who's he targeting? Okay, it looks like it's Malfi. So we see Sorcerer Spyglass, uh, Golos, Waste, City of Traders, Vesuva, and What is that? Is that the Stone Coil Serpent? That's Stone Coil Serpent. Okay, yeah, definitely hit that Sorcerer's Spyglass. Oh, Dark Ritual.
Nothing fair ever comes from a dark ritual, right?
Oh, yeah, and we are seeing the full combo. Dark Ritual, Entomb, and possibly some form of either 2 or 1 mana reanimation spell.
Yeah, let's get it.
This is the turn 1 dream for Reanimator.
Oh yeah, you got Chancellor. You're
Yeah.
probably getting a straight up Grizzlebrand into play. Love it or
Yeah.
hate it. That's some
Yep, and we
powerful
see an
magic.
Exhume. We see an Exhume slamming the Grizzle Daddy on the field.
Oh, and yes, Brian, I'm glad they were able to answer that question for you in chat. And really, thank you. Thank you for asking these questions. Thanks for showing interest, man.
Oh yeah,
I'd love to
definitely
see you
dope.
out here. Join the league if you get a chance. This could be
Oh yeah.
you.
Oh yeah. And okay, so I'm guessing Slayer is going straight for the combo here. Yeah. Slayer's down to 10 life. I've so the combo, okay, so we do have a Lotus Petal.
Okay.
Looks like Grizzlebrand's paying another 7. Okay, so the combo is what you need to do is you're building up storm count all this time with all your reanimation spells, stuff like that. That's the reason why he's already at 6 storm.
Preach it, Doc. Tell him.
I really love this deck, and it's one of those
I'm excited.
things.
Keep it going. Tell him how it works, man.
So what he's gonna go for is either an Entomb or might unmask himself. But he needs to get Children of Corlos into the graveyard. From there, you can reanimate Children of Corlos, which then hits you for another 1 because 1 CMC, and you can sacrifice the children in order to gain back all the life you lost this turn. And
Yeah.
so you just gain back another 14 life. You draw the rest of your deck with Grizzlebrand. You use your Lotus Petals and Rituals, gain a little bit more Storm, and then you Tendrils of Agony them.
Absolutely. And so it's sort of, what it's like to be playing Yawgmoth's Bargain in Legacy, right?
Yeah, almost actually. Like you really do draw a ton of cards, and using Bargain is very similar, like 7 at a time. And
Yeah.
it looks like I think that's his graveyard.
Okay.
Uh,
It looks like a
it looks like
player discards down
Slayer.
to hand and passes.
Yeah, so it looks like Slayer didn't hit the children combo. Man, I was really excited to see that.
Hey, well, he has still got a Grizzlebrand on the field,
Still has a
and
Grizzle.
now it isn't summoning sick, and so it's swinging.
Yeah. And so what's
Oh
really cool
boy.
with this combo is using Shallow Grave to give Grizzlebrand haste. That's like so cool. In some versions of Tin Fins, they would run like an Emrakul that they can Shallow Grave out as well.
Yes.
Oh, because Shallow Grave is an instant speed, so it almost gives you like a super fast, like, okay, I can hit you on turn 1 or turn 2 with an Emrakul. And it's so cool to watch. I've lost to it a couple times from a guy at my local store.
Yeah, Grizzlebrand coming to a local near you.
Oh yeah. And so Slayer is on 3 life though. So Slayer does need okay, this might be it. This might be it. Yep.
Oh, there's the
Yeah.
children.
Yes, here we go.
Yeah, don't be too sad, Doc. We may still see it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Left Coast, this deck is very, very good. I really think that this is where Reanimator needs to be in a world with Oko, simply because of the fact that with Oko, like a turn 1 Grizzlebrand is not good enough. Like, just putting a Grizzlebrand on the field and saying, okay, I'm going to hit you for this with 3 turns is not good enough. You have to be proactive.
Yeah, sort of insane, right? When you think about that. Saying that when you get a Grizzlebrand into play, it might not be enough. Legacy's in a crazy place then, right?
Yeah, like right now, like honestly having who's that? Legacier? But thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Or is that
Absolutely.
or is that a subscription? And, but anyways, so when you have a Grizzlebrand on turn 1, I mean, it's great and all, but, like, if like, a snow pile like, all of them are main boarding Caracas because it's so good with Uro. All of them
Right.
are have all the removal in the form of Swords of Plowshares, all that sort of stuff. It's just a turn 1 Grizzlebrand doesn't win anymore. And, yep, we are seeing Animate Dead, probably for the children again, honestly. Yep.
Yes. Just keep playing that same old song on loop.
Yep. And so the children sacrifices, yep, gain back the life, draw another 7, keep on going. And honestly, he already has the storm count with what, 2 more spells? Yeah, 2 more spells. So Slayer just needs to draw probably it looks like a rituals or just needs to find the tendrils, honestly.
Yeah, and so anybody who is just tuning in and is unfamiliar with Slayer's deck, all I can say is that if you've seen Reanimator and you've seen Storm, you just smash those 2 decks together and you get this monster of a deck here. It's sort of like 10 Fins.
Yeah, it is basically it's not all as all in as Tin Fins is,
Correct.
but when you get it going, it's still beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and
And
there's
as
the
we had talked
tendril.
to, that's it, huh? All right. So we will be going on to game 3. Tendrils
Yeah.
for a bajillion, our table spotter says. Yeah, that's pretty
Yes.
close.
Yeah. I mean, by the end of all that, that was probably what storm count 8, 9, 10, and so from full life, I've Slayer could have killed. So, so what's really interesting in this matchup now is Malfi is now on the play.
Yes.
And so that's a huge advantage for Malfi. Being able to slam a Chalice, any sort of 3 mana effect, either a Sphere Resistance or a Trinisphere, is honestly where you want to be in this matchup.
Absolutely. And so that sort of reminds me of when we first got the London Mulligan. It reminded me of that when all of the talk was around the fact that decks like Reanimator were going to benefit the most, right? And then there was this other group that was saying, well, but you also realize these sort of like Chalice decks are also going to benefit hugely from the London Mulligan. And so we're getting to see that, in its fullest effect right before our eyes tonight.
Oh yeah, and it's one of the things. I mean, I love the London Mulligan. I think it was great for Magic in general as a whole
Yes.
because I was like, I mean, seeing 7 cards each time and then throwing some back is amazing. Even for like fair decks, like how I love to play, throwing your Dryad Arbor that's in your opening 7 hand onto the bottom of your library is the greatest feeling in the world. Oh, like it's so nice to just get rid of those bad cards that you don't need, and I think it is honestly the perfect mulligan decision for Magic as a whole. Like it gives combo decks access to their combos, but it gives the decks that are trying to answer the combo just a lot of looks for their answers. You don't have to scry down to 1 anymore. Go down to 1 card and hope that your scry is good. Trying to find your ley line against Dredge.
Yeah, it's absolutely true, right? I mean, the pendulum swings both ways. As a Dredge player, I mean, I absolutely love the London Mulligan, but also as a Dredge player, sometimes I hate the London Mulligan, but
Yeah.
you live by the sword and you die by the sword, right?
Yeah, that's true. No, I am taking my first tiptoes into the unfair realm of Legacy as well. I'm not gonna spoil what I'm playing yet on
I
stream, but
almost said it, but I'm not gonna.
yeah, I'm holding
Can you
off.
give
Yeah,
us a hint? Can you give us a hint whether or not
it,
it
it
has
is.
LEDs in it? Does it have LED?
It does have LEDs in it. It does have
Ooh,
LEDs.
okay.
Yeah, I'm playing an LED deck now, and
Oh man,
it's a
join the
very
dark
different world.
side.
It is a very different world. I have been gold fishing with it. Lefko's, you're not wrong when it comes to the Bomberman. And in fact,
Oh,
check out this week's article. I'm putting it out tonight. I go in depth talking about Bomberman in our meta because Bomberman has just been so effective, and Shadow Uni has now taken the title 3 times with his Gyruda Bomberman list.
yeah.
It's
Shout out
not,
to
it's not
Shadowny for being a monster.
it's time for a write up where I'm just like, all right, let's look at this deck. Let's look at what is this. But yeah,
I'm
it
starting to
is.
think we shouldn't just be looking at the deck, though. We should be looking at the person behind it.
Oh yeah, I've there's a whole article about it. Yeah, Prez. Yeah, Shadowni is just knows that deck inside and out, and we do see a chance to reveal. And hold on, that should be countered. Oh, it was countered. Oh, it was countered, and he paid the 1. Okay, so that is a chalice for 0. So that will stop the lotus petals. So the most explosive turn are cut off relatively.
Yeah. So, just talking about other decks here, we should probably get back to these crazy decks at hand, though, huh?
Yeah,
It's just so much goodness going on in Legacy right now. We just want to spread the love.
yeah. But yeah, Chad, don't worry. If you're interested in what I'm gonna be playing, I will possibly I'm gonna be playing this Saturday in the tournament. I am just going all the way in for this with this deck and playing this Saturday, so I'm super excited. So if you want the chance to see what I'm playing, come play Saturday. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, hit ! Discord in the chat, and you'll see the Discord invite and check out all of our awesome events like this that we do every single week.
Well, and hey, we get to see a not commonly played dual land here on Slayer side. We're seeing a scrub land come out into a Thoughtseize. Oh man, hello Scrubland, how you been?
So Scrubland is actually, because of the fact that this is now on the Children of Corliss win, it has actually replaced the Bayou in the deck. Actually, I'm
That's
pretty
incredible.
sure. Did it replace the Bayou? When I was looking at the list, I didn't see the Bayou.
There is still one Bayou.
But there is still one Bayou? Okay. So I am
Absolutely.
incorrect. I am incorrect with that. Oh, it looks like they
But
cut
hey,
one of.
either way, I mean, you have a pretty great spread of dual lands here with Bayou, Badlands, and now the one Scrubland. Incredible.
Yeah. Because of the Children of Corlos, you need that white mana in order to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, outside of the Thoughtseize, Slayer has done anything really. And I think this Chalice on Zero might have actually affected Slayer. I think Slayer kept an explosive hand with some 0 drops and is now just like, well, I have to draw my cards naturally now.
Yeah, those Lotus Petals go a really long way in speeding up the combo. So very good choice to have Chalice on 0.
Oh yeah, and we see a Grim Monolith, and here comes
Into
Golos.
Golos. Wow.
So Golos can get the Caracas here. Oh,
There we
okay. So
go.
I think it was yeah.
That's all right. We're good here.
Yeah, so Golos can get Caracas, which does shut down Grizzlebrand, and can't be like Reverent Silence or Serenities or Reverent Silence or anything.
And
So
we see it.
yep. But I'm betting Slayer brought in what's it called? The Ashen Rider to get rid of that.
Man.
And Ashen Rider can't be interfered with like with Caracas.
Nope.
Can't be bounced because it's not legendary.
Absolutely not. But yeah, that would have been my first choice to bring in. Yeah, the Ashen Rider, just to deal with all of these disgusting prison pieces, including Caracas in this matchup. Yeah.
Okay, we're seeing Dark Ritual, so 3 black men on the stack. So Storm count 1.
Oh man.
And
You know
2.
what else Caracas can't hit? Grizzlebrand. When it's tapped. That Caracas is not doing anything right now.
You know what? I was just about to say that. That Caracas can't hit Grizzlebrand if you are able to kill with the Tin Fins with the Tendrils win. So
that's correct.
I wonder if Slayer's gonna go for it. I hope Slayer goes for it, but I mean there is a Chalice on 0, which does stop your free mana.
Sure, it certainly does, but it doesn't stop rituals. It doesn't stop the children themselves. I don't know. We will see what happens here.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting play. Hey, this is where having the deck knowledge. Yeah, and we see Grizzlebrand. Yeah, I think Slayer's going for it. I think Slayer's just trying to go for the win.
Beautiful.
So we
Okay,
see.
exhume.
Okay, let's see if Slayer can go for it. All right, chat. Let's see some hype because
Yeah.
this is gonna be great. Either Slayer gets it, or he has to put out another reanimation piece onto the board in order to survive the Caracas.
Correct.
All right, let's see. So Slayer did draw 7, so Slayer is down to 10. So if Slayer has exactly Children of Corlos, Slayer, yep, Slayer's down to 3. That's 14 cards drawn.
Oh my goodness.
So if Children's not in the top 4, Slayer does have the mana to Dark Rit, Entomb, what's it called? Entomb and Reanimate,
Yeah.
and that leaves with one more mana open. And oof, down to 2.
Well, hey, you only need the one, really.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not a bad play is fetching because it does hit you for one more point of damage, which means it's another point that you gain back off the children. And do we see the children? Nope, we see Dark Rit. Okay, Dark Rit. So we're at Storm 4. Oh, I think is he doing threshold count? Oh no, I think he was just looking at his graveyard. So we see Dark Rit, Storm 5, 5 mana in pool. Yeah, Image, it's good. A good call with the. You can still slam the lowest petals for storm count.
Yep. Right into the chalice. Why not?
Okay, yep. We see it in Tomb. Get the children, and this game might be wrapped up.
All right, let's see it. Yeah, with Malfi being tapped out, we're not going to see any sort of counters. We're not going to see anything.
Yeah, so this turn, well, with this children, they're going to gain, Slayer's going to gain 16. So 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so should gain 16 life. Yep. Go, was it 15 life? Because 14
Either way,
off
it's
the
enough to draw
brand,
some cards.
15 off the fetch. Yeah, so yeah, Slayer should be able to draw most of their deck.
All right, Slayer, what you got, homie?
Yeah, I wonder if Slayer found the tendrils. So unlike like Noel Storms and Storms, and I think Tinfins even still ran Infertile Tutor, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I don't think they ran Infertile Tutor. There's no like actual spell tutor. Okay, so we see an Exhume, and that's going to bring back the children, which is going to give Slayer another 16 life.
Oh boy, just going for it.
Yeah, this is what Tin Fins was able to do. On its fastest, was able to win through it.
Yeah, and so I mean, E.W. Landon really sort of pioneered this idea of fitting this package into the stock Black Red Reanimator, correct? I can see why, right? Just having that sort of alternate win con, it's a very compact combo. It's a beautiful thing to see, right? So now
Yeah.
are we just calling it Red Black Reanimator? I mean, I don't want to upset the Tin Fins, purists, but
So I still believe that it is still Red Black Reanimator. I think that Red Black Reanimator is still the true core of the deck. It's just Grizzlebrand just doesn't do it anymore.
what a world.
Yeah. What a world. I mean, there's so much removal between people gaining life. I mean, Ice Fang Quotal is everywhere. And, as powerful as Grizzlebrand is, it still dies to a 1/1 snake that has death touch because it's all snowy outside. Right.
Right.
It's one of those things
Too
that
cold.
yes, literally everybody is running a Baleful Strix effects. I think it's one of those things that just having the Tin Fins win is just the best place to be right now.
Yeah, and it seems like the pros and the grinders agree with that.
Yeah. It's better to be fast and effective. Can still play lowest pedals for oh, yeah. Are you mainboarding Dark Blast, Fox?
Hell yeah, get them, Fox.
Okay, and it looks like Storm. Okay, we see the Abrade. Okay, so there's an Abrade on the Chalice, and yeah.
And here
Yep,
come the Lotus Petals, yeah.
Like I was saying, there's a handful of Lotus Petals in there, I bet. Oh,
That artifact height coming in clutch.
Crack all 4 and just slamming that tendrils. Let's see it. Storm count's high enough.
Oh, there it
yes!
is.
There it is. Crack all 4.
So sick.
Storm count.
You know 13. What? We got Black Lotuses too. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Oh, yours only gets 3. All right.
That's pretty great.
Sick.
You know, I do want to say props to Malfi, though. Malfi did come in. This is a very hard matchup, and Malfi stole that game 1 from Black Reanimator. Just absolutely killed it, put up a great fight. And honestly, if Malfi had the ability to untap, Malfi had that entire game right there.
Absolutely. And, you know, that's sometimes those thin margins, right? I mean, we're here to play some degenerate Magic tonight. So there it is, man.
Yeah, Slayer said, you know what? I'm gonna slam the Grizzlebrand. I'm gonna win this turn. All right, everybody, we're gonna take a short break while we get the next match set up. You know, hang out here with us, and we'll be right back for round number 2.
We'll see.